I lost my dream job some years ago. It was probably the biggest failure of my life. You see, when I began to pursue a career in marketing, I had my sights on becoming a top marketing executive in my 30s, and then hopefully become CEO of a marketing company by the time I'm in my 40s. Well, I did become a top marketing executive by the age of 35. But I entered an industry that was very competitive at a time when the whole industry was experiencing many challenges. It was a very difficult job in a high-pressure environment. Nung panahon na yon, nagtatrabaho ako ng 12 to 14 hours a day, 6 days a week. Pero feeling ko, kulang pa rin yung panahon para gawin yung lahat ng dapat gawin. At a certain point, my body just gave way. Bumigay yung katawan ko. Siguro because of all those late nights, lack of sleep, lack of exercise na rin, and unhealthy eating habits. Add to that all that stress and the pressure at work, it was a perfect recipe for disaster. I got sick for several weeks, and when I came back to work, I was no longer at my peak performance, and I eventually had to resign from my job. From the perspective of everyone in the marketing industry, I was a complete failure. I dropped out of the game. I was a loser. We all go through these kinds of situations. We have our moments of success when we accomplish things that help us advance in reaching our goals. But we also have our share of failures. Perhaps you did not pass the entrance exam in the school that you want. Perhaps you failed to meet the requirements in school to allow you to graduate on time. Or perhaps at work, you failed to meet the deadline for an important project and it resulted in tremendous loss for your company. And you had to take the blame for it. Or perhaps you started a business using the hard-earned money of people who believed in you. And your business suffered a serious setback, and now you lost everything, including the investment of family and friends. My friend, I want to tell you that this is not the end of the road for you. You may have failed today, but this is a necessary stepping stone, a necessary building block for success in the future. If you put your trust in God, if you entrust everything to Him, including your failures, you will discover that God is able to turn things around for you. The Apostle Paul said in his letter to the Romans, "And we know that for those who love God, all things work together for good, for those who are called according to His purpose." You know, God loves you, and He is so gracious and so merciful that if you come to Him seeking His help, and you ask Him to restore you from your failure, God is able to use even your failure and work it out for your own good. My failure in the field of marketing became a success in the advocacies that I now am involved in. Your failures can be turned around into success as well, if you will just put your trust in God. And remember, as you allow God to turn your failure into a success, faith matters too.